Very, very tough night. You give them credit. The first 12 minutes of the second half, they had a lot more urgency than we had. So you give them credit. And the urgency has to come from us. It's difficult with a very short bench. I mean, we're without 2 starters that started all last year. We dressed 9 players tonight. That's tough. And because of that, I wouldn't have felt one bit different sitting in front of you if we'd won the game. Not one bit. Not the schedule we've played. And the great thing, and the thing I embrace, is that locker room's hurting. They're hurting in there. And carrying's a very, very special talent. And those kids care. Those kids, they play their hearts out. Give them credit with their quickness. Give them credit with their size and strength. But I wouldn't feel any different if we'd have won the game. Fire away.
Sorry. It seemed like Tyler Johnson changed the game when he came in the second half, and Kenny Payne was just in here explaining that he almost didn't want to go in because he didn't have the right pair of tights. Is that something you can even comprehend?
No.
Elaborate on his impact.
If it's yes, no question. I cannot comprehend that. No, I can't. But I coach my guys.
Scotty, I guess just for you,
but I can say this: I've coached a long time. That's a first.
Just for your guys, without having been, how much did it change, I guess, what you wanted to do?
Well, he stretches the floor. He's as good a shooter as I've ever coached, period. He's Mr. Basketball. He suffered an injury Sunday night, fought through it. We had treatment and test Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and he'll get treated tomorrow and be on his way to recovery. And the report was great. We were elated. Prayers were answered. But he stretches the floor. I mean, as good as anybody I've coached at Bellarmine, period.
Scotty, another Power 5 conference team that you're facing here, and you still have more ahead of you as well.
Thanks.
How important are these games for you as you guys continue to prepare for your conference play and you kind of gauge what your team is like?
Well, you can't simulate that in practice. We can't go against a Huntley Hatfield, a Dennis Evans, guards with that quickness in league play. You can't simulate that in practice. And, we embrace the opportunity to put our players in a situation to learn and get better. Yes, it's tremendous exposure for the school. And we're going out to Salt Lake City and play BYU and Utah, which are 2 phenomenal teams. I mean, Utah may be as good as anybody I've seen, period. And that will, again, help prepare us. It's after the semester. We won't be missing class time. And think in the big picture. Are these players ever going to get that opportunity the rest of their life? In all likelihood, no. And these young men value that. And we will never, ever not put them first.
Yeah, Scott, they were averaging, I think, 30 free throws a game, and they didn't shoot any in the first half. I know they shot 22 in the second half, but they took 15 of 29 shots from 3 in the first half. Is that what you were wanting them to do? Is that what you said?
Contain the ball. Absolutely. Number one thing on the scouting report, contain the ball. And specifically, not get beat to the outside. Did we fatigue with the short bench and a lack of depth? I have no way of knowing that. But the same team that did a great job of it the first half. And I will say this, all fall, I didn't hide it to anybody. This was as deep a team as I've ever coached in my life. Our practices were the most competitive. Landon Hacker goes down. Kurt Hope starts every game for 2 years, goes down. And then Ben Johnson gets hurt. Next thing you know, we're dressing 9 guys. And that's tough. That's tough. But I mean, I'm going to repeat it for the umpteenth time. I wouldn't feel any different if we'd have won the game. That locker room's hurting because they care. They do. They're hurting.
Scott, win or lose, you're a Louisville alum. These schools are here in the city. What does this game mean, do you think, to the city, and what does it mean to Bellarmine to play Louisville?
Well, it doesn't mean to Bellarmine. This game needs to be played. In my life, I've never seen more challenges facing this city than what we've gone through in recent history. Never. And anything we can do to bring this city together, it's on us. What that stadium was like Saturday due to Coach Brom and that program helped bring people together. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed the outcome. None of us did. But we need to do that. Why? It's two phenomenal institutions. Those players in those locker rooms are the answer. I'm not. I've got a 5-year-old granddaughter named Ren and a 1 week and 1 day older, 1 week and 2 days grandson named Jake Scott. They need those players because they're the answer. This game can bring this community together. All sides of this community, the South End, the West End, the East End. There's only 2 schools in 363 Division I schools closer than us. Lipscomb and Belmont got us by 0.7 of a mile. You tell me. And let me answer, I'll end my sermon with a question. Why not? Give me one reason. Coach Crum's first victory ever. Bellarmine. First game I ever coached at Bellarmine as a head coach against Coach Patino in Louisville. This community, if we have to fill the place with teachers, first responders, nurses, caregivers, let's fill it. Let's bring them together. It really is, it's important to me. Those are 2 incredible institutions. Let's show the way. These young people are the answer. We need them. I'm sorry. It's if I didn't care, I wouldn't say anything. But I don't know. We're trying. I'll say that. Anybody else? Everybody good?